What up, nMo fans? This is your boy Alexlexus, and today I'm going to kind of give you a brief overview of the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Control. Now, this comes on the heels of our playthrough at Comic-Con this year. Now, I want to give a special thanks to Nelson Rios of Raw GamePlay. He's a good friend of mine. We play on Xbox Live and whatnot. We're still gonna get our Super Street Fighter in. Don't think I forgot about you guys. But yeah, I want to thank him for actually giving me a quick crash course on the game and the setup when we met up at the event. So thanks a lot, Nelson and Michael Hurdle, to you guys. All right, now the reason why I'm doing this video is I've looked around, I've done some research, and I haven't seen any in-depth tutorials on how the button layout for the game is. So you'll find your stuff on SRK website, Events Hub, All Is Fighter, Fighter101.net, and all that good stuff. But I don't think anybody has taken the time to really get into, showing the button placement for the game. So with my Super Street Fighter 4 stick in town, here goes. Now, movement is pretty much the same. If somebody has to ask me questions on movement, you probably don't play fighting games much, and you shouldn't stop this video right now. Yes, I said it. Now, what you'll notice is the game, if you play on default, the way it's set up is as follows. We do know that it's light, medium, hard attack. It's similar to how the JoJo's Adventure button style setup was with the Tatsunoko versus Capcom light, medium, hard attacks. Now, when we played it at Comic-Con, it was set up like this. It was light, medium, heavy attack. Alright? Then, you had your launch button to send your opponent flying in there. And you had your assist 1, assist 2. Again, I reiterate, light, medium, hard, launch attack, assist 1, assist 2. Alright? Now, staying on this button setup, one thing you'll have to get used to is the fact that the heavy attack no longer sends your opponent flying to the ground as in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Okay? Because what'll end up happening, let's say you go into the scenario, you go, bam, you lift them in the air, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's how you're supposed to do a 6-6 chain in Tatsunoko versus Capcom. It'll work here, but the only thing is, when you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that attack no longer sends them down. You have to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, bam. That's going to knock them to the ground, okay? That threw me off big time when I was playing at Comic-Con. I barely won against this guy when I first played it. I'm like, man, that's going to take a little bit of getting used to. Now, we do understand that there will be no demo for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And considering that the game is such a big change from MVC2, I would have highly recommended that the build that was at Comic-Con be just stuck on Xbox Live or PSN. But we're just consumers, what do we know? Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's how you do like an air combo. But to do it traditional style is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, bam. So if you want to break it into the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the old way. Now for MVC3 it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have to go down here. Knocks them to the ground. Alright? Keep that in mind, alright? Last thing you want to do is go out there thinking that you're going to do the combos the same way. I mean, it's the same, but slightly different. It's just the ending button is different, alright? So the launcher also serves as that, power attack to knock you down to the ground, alright? Go and experiment, play with Spider-Man or Strider and do your traditional combo, and then bam, when you knock them to the ground, that's what this baby does in the air, alright? Another big change is the tagging system, alright? Now, with all the buttons assigned, the way that the tagging works in MVC3, this is what really helped out with Nelson from Raw Gameplay's tutorial was flick it to do your assist, just like MVC2. Now, to switch now, you have to press and hold the button for that particular character. So, if you have Dante as your assist 1 and you have Morgan as your assist 2, you flick it for them to come out. But if you want that character to replace your main in the game, you have to press and hold it, then they'll come in and do their jump attack. It slows it down, because what they could have done was left it where you still have to hit the 2 buttons to get your characters in on the fly. Alright? They did say that MVC3 is a slower paced game as opposed to its predecessor, so keep that in mind. Alright? So that's pretty much how it works on that particular setup. So in review for the button, the default button setup, you have your light, your medium, and your heavy attack. Then you have your launcher. Then you have assist A, assist B. And to switch out, you have to hold that corresponding button. Now, switching gears with the MVC2 setup, the way it will generally go is you have your light, your medium, your heavy, and your launch attack. Now, that will feel a little more comfortable with those of you who are stuck on MVC2 style of play. So, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. It's just, you know, it's like taking something and completely reinventing it and just trying to force us to get, you know, really good with it. But it's a new game, so we got used to the focus system after the removal of parrying. So, I mean, this is a little more of a drastic change, but I mean, that's the closest that you can get with it. But you have your light, your medium, heavy, and your launch attack, which also serves as your smash down attack from the air combo. Then you have your assist A and assist B. Now, that works out pretty well, because if you still have the muscle memory with how the playstyle is, then I think you should go with that. But if you're going to like the fight clubs and the beatdowns and all that, where Capcom is showing off the game, and they have that version where you can't change the buttons, just make sure that you know where the placement is. Alright? Now, one thing that hasn't changed, when you're doing your triple teams and your double teams, all you have to do is hit these 2 buttons together, or if you have it in the default, you hit these 2 buttons together. Alright? So, doing supers are pretty much the same. You do your quarter circle, any 2 attacks and whatnot, it'll still work the same and whatnot. The air combos, they still behave the same, except for how they separated the function of the heavy attack with the launch attack when you knock him to the ground. So with Dante, I dash in, lifter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam, knock him to the ground, and you're set. Overall though, the game is easy to play. It's kind of like scaled down, but with the fact that when more people are playing, just like they found glitches in Street Fighter 4, they found exploits in MVC2 with the ROM Infinite for Magneto, you'll find a lot of stuff. But so far, what we played, we haven't seen any major, you know, dominating glitches yet. But there you have it. I want to thank Nelson Rios of World Gameplay for helping me at Comic-Con, so that I was able to actually survive a bit. And those are the 2 button setups that we know are going to be coming to the game. Now the simple mode, I'm not going to get into that too much, because we did have Seth Killian himself when we met him at Comic-Con, and they were explaining how the simple mode works, where you have 1 button for the attack, you tap it, that's your string, another one for your specials, 1 for your supers. There's not much else to it. But this is your host, Alexlexus. I want to thank those of you who support the nMo show, and please subscribe. Visit our website. We are also on Twitter, and you know, the more subscribers we have, the better, and more that our sponsors will do. And we thank them very much for believing in us. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or even disagreements, because I do believe maybe during the process of this video being created, there might have been some updates, you know. So all you have to do, leave some comments below, send some private messages, or you can just leave it in the forum, and we'll just take it from there. So, this is your boy Alexlexus signing off. Thank you very much for your support and your undivided attention, and I will see you on the next official episode of the nMo Show.